What's up, everybody? This is gonna be a lot of fun. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Madden 20 franchise rebuild series. We are going to have a very interesting episode today because we've already clinched the top seed in the division, or the conference rather. The division too, I guess. But basically, we don't need to play starters today. We don't have to if we don't want to. I did see some good points brought up in the last comment section, though, that maybe I shouldn't sit players who are in line for yearly awards. And the player that was brought up there mostly was Tyrus Sparks. My thing with Sparks is first of all, I don't think MVP is that necessary for him because he's already the number 3 quarterback in the league. Like, he'll go from being really good, and then if he wins MVP, he'll be still really good. Obviously, more points are better than less points, but I don't think I necessarily need to make sure he plays the last 2 games. For defense, I do think that playing Sylvester Seymour is a good idea. He just has so much to gain as a young defensive tackle in his rookie season. Rookie of the Year is a must to go for, especially losing Denard last episode. I felt like we had a good shot to win both Rookie of the Years. I don't want to come away with neither one. And Seymour doesn't have a lot of secondary stats here, so I want to get his sack count up if I can. So he's playing. Sparks is sitting at 31 touchdowns, which is pretty good for a season total. I might be willing to play him the last week of this next game. He already has a yardage lead, which would go away if he doesn't play the last 2. And he doesn't have the most touchdowns. Okay, NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, that wasn't going to Denard anyway. Greg Wilbur is probably going to win that. New quarterback of the Detroit Lions, drafted this year in the first round. I think they got a pretty good player here. Let's see stats for NFC. DeMarcus Lawrence, 17 sacks. Oh, that is trouble. Steven Dickens has 11.5 sacks for the Giants. So these awards are certainly not guaranteed or even all that likely. Tremaine Sullivan has 9.5? Where was this when I was giving him a chance with us? 13 sacks a year ago. Here's what he did with us. I think this 4.5 might have been with us. I know the 1.5 was. But for whatever reason, now in New Orleans, his career is flourishing. Got a few upgrades to go through. First, Jamichael Beekman. The 88 overall, remember, that's a +2 with the morale, so he's really an 86 overall. It'll reset after this season's over. But he's going up at a very nice rate in this series, rating-wise. And then Sylvester Clark is an 85. So our tackle tandem has been doing pretty well for the starts of their careers. I thought Denard had a pretty good chance at Rookie of the Year, not knowing what Wilbur was doing, but he's out for the season now. He'll be back next year, and I think he had a pretty good rookie season. His low release does concern me, and I'd like to go deep threat to hopefully work on that here. It's only a 68, now it's a 69, and a speed boost with agility. How about that for Denard? He'll be back next year with an extra burst. So I've started reshuffling the depth chart here on defense to get a lot of our key starters out, like Jay Page and Devin White. On offense, I'm not going to play Joe Coakley right now. He's our best offensive lineman. I really just don't want to risk injury with Sparks, especially considering there are already quarterbacks who have better stats than him that have a better shot at winning MVP. And if I'm not playing every starter around Sparks, then his chances of doing well go down, and I just don't care to risk injury. I know the chance of injury is not all that high, but this is one of the best teams we have put together in the series, and I really can't afford to be taking a lot of chances there just to get more XP for a player who's already on top of the league. Doing some upgrading here for the practice squad players. Justin Calvin gets a nice release and speed boost. There's a lot in this physical upgrade for him. He's currently a 61 overall, and if there's any future for him on the active roster, I think it's just being a big play receiver, and I've got to work on deep threat and physical, I think, as the 2 archetypes. The backups got it done against the Jets. We still have just one loss on the season. So a big starting chance for William Linsley, and it doesn't appear that he disappointed. 314 yards, did throw one interception. His completion percentage wasn't too high, but he got the big yards. On the ground, not a ton here for Robertson and Copeland, with mostly a backup offensive line. Steven Stevens, wow, 135 on 8 catches. The rookie from Richmond steps up in a nice way. Gabe Morrell found the end zone here playing in the slot. Very interesting how the two productive receivers weren't the top 2 on the depth chart. How about this defense then? We got 2 sacks for Seymour. We're still trying to get him Rookie of the Year. And then Thurman Meadows got an interception playing in Devin White's spot, inside linebacker. And Nick Nelson, 8 tackles. Hudson Lumen still played a bit. 37-yard punt for Christian Warren. I think I really have to consider signing another punter for the postseason. Like, I'm really concerned that one of his punts could put us in a bad situation at some point. He didn't have to play in this game, but that doesn't mean he doesn't get an upgrade. Joe Coakley, 91 overall right guard. Strength goes up. He's only 25 years old and still getting better. Here's Travis Cannon, now a 78 overall. We get acceleration, block shed, awareness, power moves. Nice little upgrade there. He's in his 3rd season. How's his production been here in his career? Not super heavy. Doesn't appear his snap count has ever been that high, but still just 3.5 sacks in his short career. Now we have Christian Warren. I guess we have to work on power a bit here and see if we get anything besides awareness, and thankfully we do. But I'm still not convinced he's ready to play in this postseason. Derek Monroe, backup defensive end. Nice little run stopper upgrade there with a little pass rush. And then Lawrence Robertson, we're going to see him today. He's one of the players I wanted to feature in this episode. What can he do at running back? Now he's at 80 strength, 80 elusiveness, 90 speed. I feel like his skill set reminds me a little bit of Jesse Reyes, but we'll see if he's able to put together a nice performance today. Steven Stevens will be our number 1 wide receiver. Actually, I'll swap him with Wade just to make Wade more likely to get the tougher matchup. But Stevens had that 8-catch game last time out. He's filling in now. We have Denard on injured reserve. So let's see what he's all about. He's probably going to upgrade after this game regardless of what happens. He has 92 speed, pretty good down the field, needs some refinement in his game, but he put together a nice one in the first game we simmed, and that was an 8-catch game. So last episode when he got on the field and made that one really nice contested catch in the red zone, that was the first of his career. Let's see what's in store today. Again, we meet the Panthers, and we all know what happens against this team, so buckle up. We only beat this team 14-10 with the starters last episode. What changes now? I'm sure the Panthers are playing for a playoff spot. It should give us a look at the playoff preview here in a minute, but what's going to happen this time? I feel like Carolina should easily beat us. So with a win, they are locked into the wild card. If they lose, then they could be leapfrogged by one of those teams from the East. So good chance we end up seeing this team again. It almost makes it tempting to just play the starters to try to keep them out of the postseason. But I'm not sure that's the right approach, considering we have a first-round bye. Backups everywhere for Tampa, nearly everywhere, as we get underway with this one. Nice stop on the outside. That is Thurman Meadows. Definitely keep an eye down below to see if the Giants or Eagles win. Preferably both win. That's what I want to see. And Cam's going deep. This is a pick. What? Off the tip, it's caught by DJ Moore. Are you kidding me? That is exactly the kind of play I'd expect here with the backups in. Nick Nelson, the number 5 corner, deflects it right to Moore. That's what backups do. Here's 1st and 10 Carolina. Cam back to pass. Not much of a pass rush, and wide open is DJ Moore. Now, you play division games in week 17. Yes, it's messed up in Madden. So Philly's taking on Atlanta. So I was just hoping they wouldn't be head-to-head with the Giants. I want them both to win, but it doesn't appear we're going to know their scores in-game. But Carolina's driving here in the red zone, trying to get the game's first points. They motion the back all the way out. Looks like he's covered by Will Tate. Cam spins, and he's sacked! And that's Thurman Hatcher. Hopefully Seymour gets a couple opportunities. Rookie of the Year is close. Cam 3rd and 9, just settling short. Losing 3. Let's get to this offense now. That's what we came to see, the William Linsley show. Underway with a give, and wow, this is Adonis Askew. He should not be in the game. I think our offense needs to be adjusted a little bit here. Linsley to Godwin. I edited the depth chart. For some reason, it just put Adonis Askew back at top running back. All fixed. 1st and 10, Tampa. At the 43-yard line, William Linsley, he's been a star in this series for a while when given the chance to see the field. And here he is, across the middle, connecting with McDonald into Panther territory. Gabe Morrell is back at the slot receiver spot now, and we bring, I forget, Steven Stevens in motion. Caught on the outside. Gabe Morrell on the perfect toss from Linsley. Linsley, good start. 2nd down now, and this is a little off the mark, intended for Tyler McDonald. 3rd down and 7 now. Everybody in tight. McDonald to the right of the formation with Steven Stevens. And it's a fake with pressure, and Linsley is dropped by Brian Burns. Not a bad first drive of the day, though. 3 apiece. And we'll sim a little bit of Carolina's action now. 6 to DJ Moore, off to a nice start. And 10 more. It might be a really big day for him. I expect the Panthers to do pretty well when we sim, especially. 8 yards DJ Moore. They're in the red zone. And down to the 3. Touchdown. All right, offense. What kind of game is this going to be? Are we going to stay in this? 12 yards, Tyler McDonald. 2nd quarter, 5 yards, Lawrence Robertson. 16 to Steven Stevens. I don't know why Askew's getting carries. Tyler McDonald. And inside the 5, let's go, Lawrence Robertson. It's a tie game in week 17. We just forced a 3 and out. Not bad defense. Let's see if we can break this tie. I just love seeing the type of player William Linsley has become in this series, and I'm serious. Like, when his contract's up, I want to give him like a 4 or 5 year deal. Caught. Garrison Wade, 1st down. I've seen enough of him in game, and I've also seen how many other quarterbacks in the series that aren't accurate, have trouble in certain circumstances. I just don't have any knocks on his game. Not yet. Why is Askew still getting so much playtime? Fixed it. Angel Copeland is back, though, so he's going to get some carries, but I really want to see Lawrence Robertson get most of the action today. 2nd and 7 for Linsley against the blitz, and this time he overthrew Morrell, who had a ton of separation. Let's see if Linsley can make a play again against the blitz. Oh, man. 26 yards to Jeffrey Glenn as Carolina gets this drive going. Sacked by Seymour. We like seeing that. Inside the 30. Driving again. Sacked again. Seymour. 2 on the same drive. And it's still not going to be enough to stop this offense. as they get a Tobias Alexander touchdown. 4 sacks to close the year. That might be enough to get Rookie of the Year. We'll have to see after this is over. But we're going to start a 2-minute drill now, and it's a draw to Angel Copeland. Welcome back. We got to throw the football, though. It's Linsley shorts, and that is close to a first down. Linsley, a solid 11 for 15 so far, with 4 backup offensive linemen and all backup receivers. 3rd and inches, complete to Stevens. 52 seconds left for Linsley. Here's a strike to the outside, and it's caught by DeMarcus Lodge. We have some 4 receiver sets, so we have to get some other receivers out there. Linsley complete now to Garrison Wade inside the 40. We'll try to call one more play and then call the timeout. Linsley outside, nice catch, and he gets out of bounds. Stevens. Wow, we got so lucky. Without him going out of bounds, that definitely ends the half. So 52-yard field goal for Myers. Count it. Not too bad. The simming just glitched, and it simmed a whole touchdown drive here for us in the second half. Looks like it was a very long possession, and actually, no, that was a field goal. Never mind. 17-16 now. Alright, guess we're stuck. Game gets bugged sometimes when I want to leave the Super Sim menu. Was going to make a couple of adjustments, and that was nearly intercepted. And I wanted to put Lawrence Robertson at 3rd down back. Even though he's not a great pass catcher, it'll just get him on the field more. That's alright. 3rd and 6 against the play action. We can't make a play. Cam to DJ Moore. Newton on 1st down. Feels the rush, and this could have also been intercepted. There are some chances to get some interceptions here. We just got to make the play. Newton's going long now and missed his receiver. I think this is the last season Cam will be the starter for the Panthers in this series. After another year of regression, I'm sure they're going to start to look in the draft for a replacement. Newton over the middle. Nice tackle. Not too bad. Tandy's there. He had a chance at a pick on this drive. 1-point game. These backups are playing hard. They got a close win against the Jets, who were 7-7. And now just down 1 to the Panthers. Robertson on the carry. He takes it outside for 3. Deep drop now for Linsley. Complete to Knox. Very close to the sticks. And it's a 3rd and 1 now. And it's going to the right flat. Oh, man. A skew brought down. So he's still finding a way to get on the field. He does not want to rest for the playoffs. We got to talk about these punts, though. Do I sign a new punter for the postseason? Christian Warren sends this one. That's a good punt. And we have seen bad punts from him, both watching the few punts I watch, but also the simming. The simming's been really tough. Last game, he had, what was it, 1 punt for 37 yards or something like that. Nice stop. Sylvester Seymour. That's a tackle for loss. Newton on 2nd down. Floating 1 and found Gesicki outside. All alone. Maybe last play of the quarter right here. It's a little check down, and the stop is made by Kyle Caver, one of the only starters actually starting. Defense trying to keep this one close. A 3rd and 4 now for Carolina. Cam outside, and I don't know what happened there. Receiver turned around a little late, and the Panthers again are stopped. Tampa now backed up inside the 5, and this one is incomplete. Stevens couldn't hang on. This is a pretty big spot. Can they get a little room here to where even if we have to punt, they're not getting the football at like midfield? We'll try a run. Nothing there for Robertson. Can't see us being too aggressive on this play. 3rd down and 11, a fullback dive. All right. Devontae Strong. All right, Warren. Do you want to be on the postseason roster? For it to be under consideration, this has to be a good punt. And this one is sent down the middle of the field. That's a good punt. That was a very good punt. Panthers have it again, only up 1. Cam is going to settle. Nice play. Kyle Caver showing his sideline-to-sideline range. I'm surprised the Panthers haven't put more points on this defense, though. We have some pretty good backups. Cam resets and fires one that gets knocked away. That's Antonio Tandy. He's made a few plays this year. I think he has a nice future ahead of him. 3rd down and 10. Let's get off the field here quickly. Cam outside. Not going to get it. 4th down. Thankfully, a much better field position this time for the Bucs. And we're going to get Linsley completing this one. Let's see if Linsley can get himself a 4th quarter comeback here to add to his legacy with this team. I forget his ratings when we first picked him up. He must have been on the practice squad to start his career. I can't exactly remember. That is complete. Not much for Morrell. This is why I like watching the backups play, because sometimes they play well enough. Here is Linsley, and that one is broken up for Stevens. I'd like to see him get some more targets downfield, but Linsley has been throwing it underneath for most of this game. We haven't seen that shot downfield yet. 3rd and 6. Linsley. Ooh, sailed that one. It was wide open with room to run. That's a bad one. Warren punts another one, this time toward the sideline, inside the 15. So I'd say Christian Warren's having one of his better days punting in his rookie season. Still a 1-point game. Let's see if the defense can get another stop. By the way, our favorite safety's there, Hudson Lumen. And he's the one who makes the tackle on this play. Handoff to Alexander, finding the opening, and that's enough for a 1st down. Carolina's 1st in a while. Draw play, and now they're starting to have a lot of success up front, and the penalty by Hudson Lumen, that hurts. One thing to remember, though, no matter what happens on this possession, we're going to have a chance on our next drive to make something happen. If they score a touchdown here, they're not going for 2, so Linsley's going to get a shot to make something happen. He'll get a chance to redeem that last miss. Hopefully they only get a field goal try here, and we can drive down to try to get a touchdown. 4.5 to go, another run, and Alexander stopped at the 30. 3.5 to go, big 3rd down Carolina. They spread the defense out, want the screen, and we can't stop it. It's a red zone trip now for Carolina. 2nd down and 8 with 3 tight ends. They're going to keep it in the air. Newton off play fake. Fires to the end zone and wide open. I believe that's Alexander for 6, and the Panthers will indeed go up by 8. This is what this episode was all about. Let's see what William Linsley can do. We need some big plays on this last possession, and Gabe Morrell sets us up at our own 29. Linsley opens. 3 receivers on the field. Stevens, Morrell, and Garrison Wade. And we start with a delayed draw. Robertson broke a tackle. I don't know why that was the call. I guess the 2-minute offense is literally only within 2 minutes. Just throw the ball. 2nd and 10 offense. Let's go. It's another draw. Robertson found a little daylight, though. All right. That's one way to do a 2-minute drill. Not the way I would normally want to run it. 2 backs on the field now, and Linsley finds his receiver, Morrell, out of bounds. From the 41 with 1:35 to go. Linsley downfield. Let's go. We're into Panther territory with that strike. Stevens. 46 yards left. All 3 timeouts. Check down again. Copeland just trying to run to the sideline. 4 down territory. We could afford to run it here. We're not. This is caught. Wide open. Tyler McDonald. We're in the red zone now. And still plenty of time to go. Let's go, Linsley. Can he put this in the end zone? This one is a little off the mark. The fans want to see overtime. Let's go. Linsley, end zone. Let's go. Chris Godwin. Yes, it's a touchdown. Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't know why Godwin's on the field. But he checks in. Linsley to Godwin for 6. No contact on Godwin. Now we got to tie it. 2-point try. I put in like 10 to 15 2-point plays here that I liked. What are we drawing up here? Angle. Oh no, it's picked. They can return that. Carolina will go up by 4. We still have a chance to stop them and get the football, but now a field goal doesn't help us. Onside kick try. I'm sure this will work. Nope. They got to redo onside kicks. They're just not good. All right, let's use these timeouts, get a stop, and hope for a William Linsley miracle. 26-22, Carolina. Let's go. Handoff. And that's your game, everybody. Flag down, though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was a very late hold. Congrats, Carolina. You just kept us in the game. Another handoff. And now we are right there using our first timeout. Somebody put strip ball on aggressive. I can't do it. 2nd and 18. Another stop. Let's go. I gotta stop saying let's go all the time. 3rd and 19. Looking for the stop. Just don't allow a big run or use a face mask tackle. And we did our jobs. All right. Last timeout used. They're gonna have to punt it from here now. The penalty really helped us out. Let's hope this is a touchback. I don't want to see us have to work from the 5-yard line. So here's the punt going out of bounds at the 8. All right, 92 yards to go. Here's our desperation attempt. William Linsley with 4 receivers in the pattern. Starting this, that's a lofted deep shot down the middle, and it's incomplete. I expect we'll see 1 to 2 more of those, and I don't know if we have a chance to really break away with the ball. Here's Linsley sending another one, overthrown. No defensive pass interference. 6 seconds left. Linsley. Now he throws one on more of a line, and it is incomplete. Wade had a chance. Well, that is the game, everybody. We got to see the backups a little bit. It's always a lot of fun doing that. But we're unable to defeat Carolina, and they have likely clinched a wild card spot. Linsley had a few mistakes out there, but I still think he is a very solid backup quarterback. It did feel like he had more of a tendency to check the ball down than Tyrus Sparks. I'm not sure if that had to do with the receivers who were in the game. Maybe they weren't getting as open. I'm sure that is likely part of it. But Stevens, 7 catches for him. We had 5 for Tyler McDonald, who looked pretty good out there. That's okay. This was a game I was willing to, not get the victory in. We still got a couple sacks for Seymour, and we finished the year 14-2. Not a bad showing for William Linsley. And remember, he is only in his 4th season. I wonder what his contract is looking like, because I really do want to keep him on this team for a while. We'll go field general, though. I still want to work on those accuracies a bit. And we don't get the short accuracy that I was hoping for, but that's still pretty good. It's wild card weekend. We get the bye, and let's see what this playoff picture looks like. We're the number 1 seed in the NFC. The Bills were the number 1 seed in the AFC. Texans made it. Panthers made it as the 5 seed. The Saints are also there at 11-5. They won 9 straight games after starting the year, 2-5? Really? By the way, the Giants lost, so regardless of if we won, the Panthers were still going to be in the postseason. But I have to see this season for New Orleans, because we had a game against them earlier that we just skipped over because they weren't doing that well. We were tired of playing them. And it looks like they were able to turn this season around in a major way. How about that for New Orleans? How'd they close the year? Jacoby Brissett, still the quarterback. Alvin Kamara, big game. What about Michael Thomas? Not a whole lot here. But they're back, it looks like. Very good chance our first round is against one of them, because if either of them win, then we'll see one of them in the second round as the lowest seed remaining. Before we sim all that, we are going to take a look at the awards. And I kind of gave up on the MVP race for our quarterback Tyrus Sparks, who didn't even finish in the top 10 when all was said and done. Carson Wentz won the MVP. Wentz had 32 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, along with 7 rushing touchdowns. I think that probably put him over the edge there. Like, the numbers for Sparks were pretty close, but he only had 2 rushing touchdowns in comparison. I don't think that Wentz led the NFL in touchdown passes. Darnold was pretty close to winning. It might have just looked at like total touchdowns. Wilbur had 37. I thought he might have a chance to even be the MVP. He ends up 3rd. That's okay. I wanted to keep Sparks healthy for the postseason. He's already the number 3 quarterback. J.W. Unger does win Coach of the Year. And we'll go to Offensive Player of the Year. That, of course, is Wentz. Defensive is Jelani Tavai from the Rams. I saw he had the most interceptions in the league with like 6. Greg Wilbur is your Offensive Rookie of the Year. Denzel Denard came in 3rd. So here's the one award I wanted to win. Defensive Rookie of the Year. It didn't happen. Steven Dickens gets it. Seymour came in 2nd place. But maybe he still had a chance to make it to the Pro Bowl. Greg Wilbur was named the top quarterback in the NFC as a rookie over the MVP Carson Wentz. Kamara, best running back. Kenny Golladay, best receiver. How about offensive line? Joe Coakley, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jelani Tavai, Keanu Neal. Jason Myers named the best kicker. And then for the AFC, anything stand out here? Alexander Dawson, that running back that Miami drafted in, I think, the 2nd round. Nicely done. And that's that. So here are our season stats then. Tyrus Sparks, 31 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Very solid year for him. Love the way he played. Adonis Askew, 828 yards with 4 touchdowns. I thought he did a really good job this season, but I'm really excited to see now the tandem of him and Copeland potentially on the field at the same time. Cannot wait for the postseason to begin. Chris Godwin had a 1,000-yard campaign. Lodge, 785. Denard, 740. Nice year for Howard. And we had some good contributions from Garrison Wade, Steven Stevens late in the season. Not bad. I like our complimentary players a lot. I think our offensive line was also very good. Even Frederick Hughes was solid. He just struggled against Aaron Donald. I'm not sure if I'll look for a center replacement. I'm probably going to try to spend most of our picks on trading up for other impact talent that has a chance to make a big difference. Devin White, 102 tackles. Caver, 90. Lumen, 82. Sylvester Seymour as a rookie easily led the team in sacks, but I wish we could have seen more from DeVoe, Rush, and Merritt. Combining for just 16 sacks, I think they should have done a little bit more than that. Jerome Page had 4 interceptions. I really like how our secondary is coming together. We have a good group of playmakers there. Jason Myers, 22 of 26 on field goals this season, and Christian Warren. Why don't we take a look? I wish we could see like a game log that was in order. That's a big complaint of mine. It's all sorted. I don't want to see that. I want to see beginning to the end of the season so I can see if he improved. But I guess here were his best games. Here were his worst games. From what we saw today, the punts were nice. What I'm thinking is maybe we sign another punter, but only play him if Warren is having a bad game or something. League leaders. The yardage leader was Sparks before he stopped starting. So he ends up number 5. He ended up 31 touchdowns. The leader was Baker Mayfield. Interception leader, Lawrence Hitchens of the Chargers. On the ground, Alvin Kamara gets the rushing title, 1507. Most touchdowns, Kareem Hunt, Darrell Henderson, and Chris Carson. Receiving yards, that is Kenny Golladay. Receptions, Miles Boykin. 80 overall now. How about touchdowns? That is Kenny Golladay with 12. We're also seeing more of the players drafted in the series start to be toward the top of these charts. Kyler Parsons, normal development, 79 overall. I love breakout players like this. And I think he should get a nice development boost after a campaign that good. TJ Watt had the most sacks in the AFC. DeMarcus Lawrence had the most in the NFC. So Seymour was 3rd in the NFL. 5 picks here for Tavai, not 6. And 6 for Marlon Humphrey. If we sort by average yards per punt, Christian Warren, 2nd worst in the NFL. It was not a great season for the rookie punter. The free agent market doesn't have great options overall. If I had to sign somebody, I don't know. These accuracies are not great. The awareness is also low. That's the main thing for Warren that is low. So I don't know that we're going to find another punter that'll give us better results right now. If you have any suggestions for how to spend this final roster spot, I really shouldn't go into the postseason with only 52 players on a roster. I might as well use up all my roster spots to my advantage. But who's our opponent in the divisional round going to be? We will start our postseason by facing the New Orleans Saints, the team that's won 9 straight games, a team that we've seen us play against a lot throughout this series. So I think I'd rather face them than the Panthers. Actually, I'm not so sure about that. I think that Brissett's probably better than Cam at this stage, so that's probably something I should remember. But the Panthers have that really good pass rush. They have a lot of key standout players. We swept this season series, by the way, with ease over New Orleans, but they appear to be a different team now. They're missing pass rusher Deron Gilbert and Riley Layman at tight end. So Kamara is going to be there, Michael Thomas. They have all their stars. Marshawn Lattimore, Ryan Ramczyk, Eric McCoy. Yeah, this team, also like the Cowboys, they don't change a ton. They're able to keep a lot of their really good players. Brissett's an 80 overall right now, and his accuracies still look like they're going to be good enough, especially that short accuracy and the throw under pressure. So Kamara's there. With Michael Thomas, they have Traquan Smith, who's been very good in this series. Because Riley Layman is out, he's actually a superstar. But because he's out, the rookie Peter Kornick is going to play. Kornick has pretty good speed, but 74 catching isn't terrific. I think it's gotten better throughout the season, though. I want to say his overall was a bit lower before. Teron Armstead at left tackle. Eric McCoy at center. Ryan Ramczyk. I think they have good offensive linemen to defend our best pass rushers. And now we have to worry about Tremaine Sullivan's impact now that he's become a really good pass rusher, and he's now their best healthy pass rusher on the whole team. At linebacker, they're definitely looking weak now without Gilbert. At corner, Lattimore is a true number one. Marcus Williams, Tony Dunn, a shutdown safety. He's an X factor. I'm not sure we've seen Tony Dunn before. At least I haven't really noticed his play. But 83 hit power, solid coverage, excellent range. What's his ability? Shut down. They have the ability to erase receivers from the game when they enter the zone. Their coverage is tighter and interceptions are more frequent on contested catches. Then he has unfakeable. We're all set up for the postseason now, and I really think this team is built for a deep playoff run. This is without a doubt one of my favorite teams that we've had in the series. We just went 14-2, and I think we have the playmakers on both sides of the ball. Like, if the offense is having a tough day, I think the defense can step up for them. And likewise, if the defense has trouble, our offense can put points on the board. We're healthy, we're talented, and I think we can get it done this year. What do you think is going to happen in this playoff run for Tampa, everybody? And also let me know down below what I should spend this last roster spot on. Is it a fourth running back? Is it a second punter? Does it even matter? That'll do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time today. Please leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And the playoffs begin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers very soon. Have a great day, and I'll see you then.